Captain's log, August 4th, 2023. I'm in Vegas, guys. You can't see it yet because I'm not on the strip, but man, I left my house in Alabama at 3 o'clock this morning. Did not get any sleep. Got to the airport. I think my flight left around 7, and I crashed hard for the first hour or two. I was hoping to sleep during the whole 4 hours of the flight, but it didn't happen. But it worked out for the best because I ended up talking to this older black lady that was sitting next to me. After a while, I just started off asking her if she's going to Vegas for business or pleasure, and she started talking about her friend group that does a trip somewhere every year. And it turns out she's an educator on a school board, so we got to talk about challenges in education and stuff like that, and moved into spiritual and religious stuff, and then racism and other interesting problems or whatever. And it was just really it's a really great conversation, so I felt really fortunate for that. And then got to the airport, got an Uber to my place. I'm staying at Blue Greens Club 36. It's a little off the strip, 15 minutes away from the airport, so not a bad location, but we got an Uber to the strip, which isn't too bad. And I got here super early, so I worked in the business center for a little bit, then met one of my gaming buddies for lunch at an Italian place, and then checked into my room, took a nap, rested, and then my bestie showed up. And now we're all dolled up to go see Tiesto tonight. Well, we're going to go eat dinner somewhere first, and then see Tiesto, so I'll be back. All right, so it's now the next day. Last night was a lot of fun, but my poor body is in so much pain. We got an Uber to the Peppermill restaurant, which was super cool. And our Uber was cool because it was a Tesla, and it was my first time in a Tesla, and I couldn't figure out how to open the door. Handles are very different. And the ceiling of the car was all glass, not just the front, but the back of it too, so that was cool. But the Peppermill restaurant was really neat. It's like a diner. Well, it's like a fancy diner, but the inside is a ceiling, and the columns are completely covered in mirror tiles, like a mirror ball. So there's a lot of cool reflections and stuff, and they've got blue and pink neon lights everywhere, and it just has a kind of spacey, glamorous vibe for a diner. And apparently they're known for huge portions. I wish I would have known that before going in and ordering, because I ordered an appetizer sampler and a drink, both of which were gigantic and cost a fortune. Only once in my life have I had a meal just for me that was more expensive than this one. And I was kind of shocked and a little upset. I knew how much the appetizer thing I was ordering was. I did not know how much the drink I ordered was, which is my own fault because I can't really visualize ounces, and it was a huge freaking drink. It was a 64-ounce drink, and I just thought it was one of those, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, they've got small margaritas and large margaritas. I just thought it was a large one, because my brain just doesn't do math sometimes. I have to slow way down and really think, and even if I do that, I just don't remember how many ounces equals a cup and stuff like that. So the thing was larger than my head, and I didn't even drink a third of it. Actually, when we left, we got them to put it in to-go cups, and they had to put it in 3 to-go cups. And so I gave one to my bestie. I had one, and then there was a woman that had complimented my outfit in the bathroom that was sitting in the lobby. So as I walk out, here, have a drink. And she was really tickled by that, so that made me feel good. And I had a few sips of my drink as we were walking, but I saw a homeless guy walking around. I was like, "Hey, buddy, want a drink?" Told him what it was, and and he gave me a fist bump, told me I was pretty. And that made me feel nice, because in the past, I still get nervous sometimes interacting with homeless and stuff like that, but in the past I'd be very, very nervous and kind of afraid. And now I'm just reminding myself that as long as they're not acting super crazy, they're just people with bad circumstances and stuff, unfortunate situations. So that was nice. And the appetizer thing I had was just shrimp tempura and mozzarella sticks and onion rings and chicken tenders and bruschetta, maybe one other thing, and it was good. It was too much fried food for me. It's a challenge for me to find food. I should have just ordered a soup of the day, but I was trying to find something like, I did not want an omelet. I'm so sick of omelets. I just wanted something with a little variety, but I need to avoid, like it's okay for me to have breaded foods, but I didn't think about the fact that everything on that platter was going to be super breaded, so that sucked. Anyways, after that, we went to the Zouk nightclub, and that was a super fun experience. We ended up standing in a freaking line for almost an hour that we didn't have to stand in because we had tickets. And I'm like, man, why did we buy tickets to this if we're just gonna like stand in line? But eventually, after we made it partway through the line, they're like, oh, you have tickets, you just go up here. But the Zouk nightclub, I've never been in a fancy nightclub like this before, and it was amazing. I felt like I was in the sci-fi show Caprica. Like moving light screen fixtures all over the place, like these giant air machines, like the sort of like confetti cannons at times. There were several DJs that played before Tiesto, and we did not realize Tiesto was not going to come on until much later. I think we got there around 11:30 by the time we got in the club, and he did not come on until 1:30, and our feet were killing us. So we were actually in a lot of pain for quite a while. Eventually I kind of like became numb to it, but we suffered through it, and it was packed. Like, it was so packed. I mean, sometimes it was fun. Sometimes I like, there was one little bit of time where I was literally trapped. Like, I felt like a sardine in a can. Like, I had so many people around me I couldn't move. But anyways, overall, like, it was really awesome just to see the space. The nightclub itself was so cool. And then like the visual kind of shows and lights and stuff that they did with all the music, like that was an experience in and of itself. And then Tiesto was super fun. I had a really good time getting to see him in person, getting to feel that energy, that sort of thing. And I did dance a little bit. There wasn't a lot of room for dancing. There's not much space, but I danced a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked, not as freely as I would have liked. Actually, I think I like dancing in my living room better. I've got space to move around, but because I need all the space. But we had a really good time, and then we came back and crashed. And yeah, it was a good day. My feet hate me, my body's sore, but I'll be okay. Peace.